Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to use Cricut Design Space and Defont, one of the fonts in Defont, to create the lips that have like the dripping effect to them. So the first thing you want to do is go to defont.com. Here's the website, and you want to search for drip, D-R-I-P, or you can spell dripping. You want to put that in the search field here on the right and click search. And what that's going to give you is it's going to give you a dripping effect font. So it's not going to look like words, it's going to look like dripping, what you see on the lip clip art designs. And you want to go ahead and download that. Now I've already downloaded mine, but I'm going to walk you through the process. When you click on download, it's going to place a zip file in the bottom left corner. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to select that font. You see me going here next to name, and I'm going to put a check mark there. And then you're going to click on extract all. Okay, now some of you may have to right click and extract all. It just depends on how your system operates, but I'm on my laptop. So you would click on extract all, and then it's going to open up a window. So if you have two screens, you may have to look on your second screen, or this may drop down to the bottom menu area here. And then you're just going to browse until tell it where to put this font. So, you may put it on your desktop, wherever. And so I'm just going to say extract wherever I decide to put it on my laptop. And then once you extract it, it's going to go away. And now when I double click on that font, you would click on install. Now I'm not going to click on install because I've already installed this font on my computer, but you would click on install, and that's how you install a font. I know this is a graphic font, but if you were using a Word font, then this is how you would install it. Once you install it, then you go back to Cricut Design Space. If you have Cricut Design Space open like I do here, you want to click on View and Reload. Now, if you're working on something in Cricut Design Space and you upload a font, you want to make sure you save that project before you click on View and Reload, because if you don't save that project and you click on View and Reload, then that project is going to be gone. Cricut is going to delete that project, so it has to be saved before you click on View Reload. Now, I did not have to save because my canvas is blank. I'm not working on a project. So now I have uploaded that font to my computer and installed it in Cricut Design Space. So now if you have that font, you're good to go for this project. Okay, so that's why I wanted to get right into the font itself. So the next thing, we're going to go to images. And you're going to type in lips in the search field and click on the magnifying glass. Now it's going to give you a bunch of different lip options out here. You want to make sure you click on Cricut Access over here on the left hand side, because if you don't, any lips that you have uploaded to Cricut Design Space will also populate here, and we don't want those because we want to make our own lips. So we want to find only lip images inside Cricut Design Space. So we're going to look for one that kind of has the biting lip effect. So we're going to scroll through here and see what we come up with. Now we could use this one. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one and see what else we find. We could also use this one. So we're going to work with those two, and I'm going to click on Add to Canvas. And it's going to place both of those on my canvas here. So now I have two different lip effects that I can work with, and I can determine which one I want to actually use, which is probably leaning more towards this one because this one is a print then cut, so I cannot remove the teeth. You need a lip file that is broken up so you can pick and choose what parts of it you want to work with. So we're going to go ahead and delete that one because that one will not work. Now, if you do want the lip biting effect on the left, all you have to do is go up to flip and say flip horizontal. And now you have the lip biting effect on the opposite side. Okay, so whatever works for you works for me. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a little pattern in Cricut Design Space and upload it somewhere on your computer. I'm going to upload mine to Microsoft PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a combination of squares. I'm going to do a couple of squares here before I start working with my lips. And I'm just going to unlock the proportions here so I have control over the size, full sizing of this shape. So I'm just going to make it really small here. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to give it about 4 duplications. Okay, so now I have 4 squares. You can make them whatever size you choose. You can make them big, you can make them small. It doesn't really matter. And try to make sure that there is no line showing through because we don't want to have lines in our colors here. Okay. So what we're going to do now is go up and we're going to pick 4 colors that we want to make our lips. Okay. So I'm going to go with like this yellow color. I'm going to go with this green color. I'm going to go with a little bit of purple. And I'm going to go with red. Okay. So now I have 4 shapes, and you can, 4 shapes of color, and you can use whatever colors you like. You can make the squares as thick or wide as you want them. Mine are actually 0.361 in width to 3.111 in height. And like I said, it's not going to make a big difference if yours is different. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit the print screen key, the PRT space SC key on my keyboard. And you notice my screen went kind of dark, and that's because I'm using the print screen function here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come and, one second, because my cursor is shining. Hold on one second, let me get it right in here. But you're going to notice my screen's going to go dark. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight this, just like that. And then I'm just going to go right over to Microsoft PowerPoint, and I'm going to paste that in. You want to be able to take a copy of those colors that you created so that you can save it to your desktop and upload it as a pattern. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to right click and say save as picture. And I'm just going to put it on my desktop. I'll save it as 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and save. Now I'm going to go right back. Now you may have Snagit that you can use. You can use the snipping tool, whatever you want to use to take a snapshot of these colors. Okay. So we can go ahead and we can delete these because we're not going to need them. And you're going to go to upload. And this time you're not going to click on upload image. You're going to click on upload pattern. And you're going to find that color scheme that you just saved. I placed mine on my desktop and that's it there. And it's going to click open. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click on upload. But if you want to give this pattern a name and a color combination, you can. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit upload. And it's going to bring you back to this screen. And all you want to do is just click cancel. It's not going to give you an indication that the pattern was uploaded. It's not going to show that it was saved or anything like that. But trust me, it's there. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we are going to right click. We're going to duplicate our lips. And we're going to play around here with the colors. So we want to have one that has the teeth, and then we want to have one that has the lips. So we're going to look over to the right, and you have your layers. And I'm going to click on this black layer here, and that's going to give me just this outline here to work with instead of the teeth. And then on this one, we're going to get rid of the actual orange piece so that we're left with the teeth and just the outline of the lips. Okay. So one, you just want the orange layer, and the second one, you want the black and white layer and removing the orange. Trust me, it's going to come out beautiful. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this orange layer. We're going to go up and we're going to change the operation from basic cut to a standard print. That's going to give us the ability to now utilize that pattern that we just created. So that pattern that we uploaded in Cricut Design Space is right here. So I'm going to click on that. And that gives you those different colors in your lip. Now you can click on edit pattern, and that'll give you the ability to, that's why I say it doesn't matter what size you make the colors, because here you can play around with the colors, you can flip them. Let's see if it's going to work here. There we go. You can flip it, you can change the horizontal, you can rotate it. It's so much that you can do with that. Okay, so I flipped mine up. I'm just showing you it doesn't matter that color scheme because it's so much that you can do to change it around. Okay, so I'm going to go back and put my colors the way I want them, but just kind of play around with it, guys. Okay, so I'm going to leave mine like that. All right, so now we have our little color scheme in there. And if you take the lips, you're just going to move them over to where your teeth and everything are. And line it up. Now what you want to make sure you do is group this so that it's all one and not separate. And I probably could have did a better job on that black on the end. So I'm going to ungroup it here for a second. And that may be from my color combination. No, I just didn't drag it over far enough. There we go. And we're going to click group. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on text and just type in anything, any letter, just one letter. That's all we need. And we're going to go to our font type and we're going to change it to that dripping font that we just uploaded. And click on that. Okay, It's going to look really weird, and that's not what we want, but we just want to get something in here. Now, if you've never seen my tutorials before, you want to, because these instructions are using a laptop, okay? I'm not speaking to if you're using a cell phone. This is only if you're using a laptop. In the bottom left corner, you have your search field. You're going to type in character, and it's going to give you an option for a character map. And I'm going to show you what it's going to look like here. It's going to bring up a little thing like this when you click on open. And so what we want to do is we want to find the fonts that are not available in Cricut Design Space, but are part of the character map for that dripping font. So I'm going to click on the down arrow, and I'm going to go back up and look for dripping. And these are the other special features that we can use in this font that you won't find here in Cricut Design Space. You have to use the character map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of these and see what they look like to determine which one I want. Kind of like that one. Okay. I like that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. All right, so I'm going to select this. And so all you'll do is just click on select and copy. Then go back to that font, double click it, and you're going to Control V, and that's going to paste that dripping into that square or into your font square, and then you're just going to delete that R or whatever letter you put in. Now the good thing is you can take this, your dripping effect, and you can also change the operation to print then cut. And that's going to give you the ability to use that pattern to get what you want. Okay, so it'll make look like your dripping effect is the same color combination as your lips. Now this is going to look really awkward, but trust me, it's going to be fine. So what you're going to do is that was hilarious, y'all. I'm sorry. Grab your dripping font over to your lips, and you want to kind of line them up to where they are lined up with the bottom part of the lip. And then you're going to right click and say send to back. And that's going to give you that dripping effect. You may have to kind of play around with it a little bit. I'm going to unlock my proportions here so I can get more coverage on this. Sometimes Cricut make me think I haven't clicked on it when I know I have. But you can kind of play with it and make it your own. Let's see. This one may be a little bit awkward. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to choose one that has a little bit less effect on the bottom. So I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to go back and grab a different one. So I'm going to go back to my character map. Now, if you're using a different one, you want to delete the one just by backspacing. You want to get that one out because otherwise it's going to copy that one again. And let me find a different one that doesn't have such long or has more long bottoms that I can control. I think I want to try this one. So I'm going to select it, hit copy. Then you're going to go to your font box and do Control V on your keyboard. And it may make me put a, there we go. All righty. So I'm going to unlock the proportions. This one may be a little bit better. And I'm going to change the operation. Come on. You're going to change the operation to a print then cut because that's the only way you can use a pattern. There we go. I'm just going to kind of line it up here. And then right click it and send to back. So let's do this. I'm going to right click and duplicate. Not ellipse. Not ellipse Cricut. That's not what I was trying to do. I'm going to duplicate the dripping. And that way I can have more drip. More drip, drip. So we're going to bring that one over. So I can ensure it's the same size here. And I'm going to send that to the back. And then you can kind of bring that down a little bit. All right, so then you want to take and you want to highlight the entire thing and you want to group it. Now, because you went through so much work to create these lips, I would highly recommend that you go to save and save this project. Now, when I initially, I'm just going to call it lips. When I initially thought about doing this, I'm going to show you the design that I went with instead. And so I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to hide that one. Okay. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to ungroup this. And then I'm going to go back to my layers. And this will allow you to go in and put any kind of pattern that you so choose on there without having to start from scratch. So it's just a matter of clicking on the lips, putting the pattern in. I'm going to do the same thing with the dripping effect. I'm going to give it that same pattern. That I gave the lips. Okay. So this will keep you guys from, you know, every time you see some lips in a different color, and just make sure you group it, that you don't have to go out and purchase all these different lips. You can come into Cricut Design Space, go to Defont, get the dripping effect. You can put that dripping effect on anything. Use that character map because you have several different dripping effects here that you can choose from. Just make sure after you've selected one and you select a different one to delete the one that you had in the characters to copy field, delete that one and then select the next one that you want to use. It has all types of dripping effects here that you can play around with. Okay, but this font is called dripping and you saw me get it from Defont. It's totally free. But that's how you go in and you create your lips with the dripping effect. And like I said, you can make that dripping effect your own. Okay, so you don't have to have as many little drips as I have here. To make it get like that curved effect, just make sure you send it to the back of the lip so it's sitting on the back and not on the front. And yeah, you have your own lips. You could go in and you can totally, if you want to change the bite size from one lip to the other side, one side of the mouth to the other side, just click on flip horizontal. You know, looks a little wonky to me. So you might have to kind of play around with your drip a little bit, but you do have that ability to flip it from one side to the other side. But that is how you can go in and use the lips inside Cricut Design Space. Get that font, the dripping effect from defont.com, and you can bring a pattern from anywhere. Any pattern that I so choose to use now, I would be able to use on these lips without, you know, having to start all over, which is what we don't want to do. We don't want to have to always start over when we're creating something. So, yep, that's it, guys. If you have any questions about this process of anything that may not have been clear, then please feel free to reach out in the comments and let me know. And I do respond to all comments to help you out. So let me know if there was anything that was not clear. And as you can see, I'm going in and I'm choosing a different color palette that I've uploaded into Cricut Design Space just by using those same little squares. I just did a different color combination. And now I'm going in and I'm changing my lips to that pattern. So you have a lot that you can do here with that color combination and making your own lips, okay? But that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you how to do it. And once you get it all put together, make sure that you do group it and make sure you do save it so that you don't have to recreate the process all over. And now, you know, if I were to go in and tell Cricut to give me a template and I did t-shirt, I could go in and put my lips on whatever color t-shirt. Let's say that, you know, you got your white t-shirt there. Here's your image. You can see exactly what it will look like on whatever color t-shirt you're going to put it on. Okay. And get creative. Add some words or what have you to it to see what it's going to look like, you know, or if you're creating it for someone, you could use whatever colors and then use the t-shirt template to, you know, put it on a black t-shirt, blue t-shirt, red t-shirt, whatever color t-shirt you're going to be designing on. Excuse me, to show them what the lips are going to look like on the t-shirt. Okay, and always make sure that you got the sizing appropriate so that it's not going to the back side of your t-shirt. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Again, if you have any questions or comments, just drop me a comment and I will respond. If you're currently in my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you guys so much for being a part of my Facebook group. It is a private group, so if you would like to join us, you can send me a Facebook group request to Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. We'd love to have you. And if you are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If not, and you like my method of teaching, then please subscribe to my channel as well. If you like this tutorial, please give me the thumbs up that you did like it, because that lets me know that these types of tutorials help you, and that gives me an idea of what types of things to create going forward. And you guys know I do everything that I can to help you. And if I don't know, I try to point you in the right direction. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and happy lips creating. And you know, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. Have a good day.